Today's Spotlight is brought to you in part by presenting sponsor, Busey Bank. Busey, your dream, our promise. If you're just tuning in, you're watching Spotlight. I'm your host, Jane Winnett, and joining me now are Escotina Irvin and Aolion Doxey of Shelter Assistance Foundation Encouragement, or SAFE for short.
Correct.
I'm excited to talk to you. You're an organization we don't know much about, and we're excited to get to know a little bit more about you. So, Escotina, I'm going to start with you. What is SAFE?
It stands for Shelter Assistance Foundation and Encouragement, and it's a program to help young families that want to get on their feet. I like to think of it as if I had had a little help, my story would have been a lot different. So most of our families are either working or in school, and their goal is to get out of poverty and reach independence and be able to take care of themselves. So we provide rent assistance. We really encourage mentoring. Each family member has a one-on-one mentor to help them reach their goals and objectives, and that could include mentoring for a career, mentoring for school, making sure they're aware of the services in the community. All of our families, the children get assistance to go to either daycare. We make sure that education is one of their priorities as we're mentoring them.
Okay, so it's very much a one-on-one piece.
Correct.
Okay. Now, why did you start it?
I was the youth director at my church for 10 years, and part of that program included mentoring for at-risk teens. So we were mentoring about 5, and at that time they were 14, and they just kept coming back, and they're now young adults, and we're still part of our mentoring. So as they grew and as they matured, a lot of them experienced situations where they just weren't safe. And in my mind, I thought a young mom and children have the right to be safe. And my long-term goal is to make sure that the families always have a safe place to go. That could be emergency housing, or it could just be providing rent assistance, because that's a huge problem in our suburban area. The rent is so high, a lot of moms can't afford that. So they're in situations that aren't ideal just to provide shelter for themselves and their children.
Okay. Aolion, how did you come to SAFE?
I went to church with Escotina. I started going there when I was 20 years old, lost, unsure what I wanted to do with myself and who I wanted to have involved in my life. I had 2 children already, no husband, and she was just an example for me in every way, in every aspect. Like she said, she was the director over the youth ministries, and the way she carried herself. All of her children were successful and confident and well brought up, and it brought me to her. I had no idea even at the time that she had SAFE, and it really just worked out that I was looking for someone to just help me and guide me and give me some direction and help me build up confidence, and I found SAFE in that.
And I was going to say, Escotina,
and what's kind of unique about SAFE is it's not emergency housing or a one-stop shop. It's for those moms or young families that really want to make a difference. So a lot of times programs are for those that are totally down and out or homeless. Our young women, they can be in school or they're working. It's kind of an in-between from just emergency shelter or just being, totally in the system, but being able to make it, but not quite at the level you need to be financially. So we encourage them to get that way. And the end goal is that you're able to take care of yourself. And it doesn't mean you're going to have a 6-figure income, but you can afford an apartment, you can afford a car, that you can buy your groceries, and you know how to budget your money.
Okay. Now, you both said something that's interesting, and it was very much overlapping, and you talked a little bit about you were lost and you wanted help, but you talked very much, Escotina, about the fact that people that want to make a difference for themselves, and I think that I could see you smiling there. So talk a little bit about that for your own story.
When I first met Escotina and got involved with SAFE, that was a big thing for her. I call her Miss Tina because she's like a second mom to me, and she is she puts a lot of persistence on you have to want it for yourself. SAFE is not for anybody that's looking for somebody to just do things for them. The one-on-one is really focused on what do you want for yourself, not just what you think people want for you or what you see other people have, but what do you want for yourself and how can you get there? If your true desire is to be the manager at McDonald's, then that is what they want for you, what SAFE wants for you, and will push you your hardest to get to that point. To be independent, to feel like you can rely on yourself, like you don't have to call someone else for every decision to make or to help you get to the next step. The confidence is really the number one thing that I think SAFE gives you and has given me and other girls too that have been involved in it. Just the confidence to know that you have someone that you can call, but that they build up on your own confidence and that they want you to trust your own self and your own heart and your own mind.
Okay. Well, listening to you talk, I would say clearly that objective has been accomplished. When you say you felt like you were lost, you certainly don't sound like a person who's lost at this point at all. Escortina, how can other people get involved and help with SAFE?
Well, we always can use, number one, strong mentors. And one of the key things I look for in a mentor is time. Because we all say we want to help and we want to make a difference. But then when the mom calls you at 10 at night, you go, oh no, that's going to voicemail. Or if it's 3 times a day, 4 times a day, sometimes it's just like, all of a sudden there's a crisis. You have to be available for that mom. And it doesn't mean that you have to go run to them every time, but just sometimes a calm, loving voice over the phone helps. And I think every young mom, every young lady should know that somebody in this world is just crazy about them, regardless of where they are in life, regardless of how many times they fall, as long as they get up and keep trying, that someone is always crazy about them and there to encourage them unconditionally.
Yeah, and that concept of that lifeline, which I think it's so important that we all feel that, right, that we do. Somebody's always on our team, right?
I even got a call from Ali today. You got 20 minutes. You make that 20 minutes because when they call like that and you can hear it in their voice, they need you. So you make that 20 minutes. So it may be have someone in your office that say, can you give me 10 minutes? You have to be available. So if you're going to commit, we ask for at least a 2-year commitment.
And continuity, that's important.
Exactly. And it takes time to build that relationship. The first part is just building that relationship.
Because a lot of us don't have trust.
No.
A lot of us have dealt with so many people that say they want to be there for you and listen to you, and it falls off really quickly. And that's the nice thing about SAFE. It's just that consistent support that you have.
And not to be the mother, because they have mothers, but to be the mentor, to encourage, to let them think on their own. Say, so why do you think that went south?
You're not leading, but you're supporting.
Exactly. So good, strong mentors we can use. Car donations. We've been able to give 3 car donations to our moms. In the suburbs, transportation and housing is a huge obstacle. For when Ayon Leon started school, she was walking to the train station it was dark in the morning, 4:30 in the morning, getting a train to go to downtown Naperville to then get a bus to get to COD. And she did that religiously. So just a car donation helped her to get to work and to school. And as long as it's running good, it doesn't have to look good. Just as long as it's running good, it's something that we can pass on to the moms. Those are always great. And then financial donations. All of our donations can be done on the website, or you can send it in through our addresses on our website as well. So donations are always good. The women in our program have to be either working or in school. So that's a requirement, is to help those get to the next level that want to get to the next level.
Well, I thank you. You have a great story and a wonderful initiative that you're really trying to move forward. So we wish you all the best and lots of success for 2018. And I hope you'll continue to come back and keep us posted on your success. If you would like to learn more about how you can support young moms who want to get on their feet, want to stay there, want to do it on their own, please visit SAFE's website. We're going to take a quick break. Don't go away. We're coming right back with more Spotlight.